Hey, my name is Tyler Childs, and I am a jack of all web trades. Most recently, I was working at Netflix as a senior software engineer, but I am currently open to work. I'm looking for something in the design technologist space, something a little bit more creative than you normally get to do in a strictly engineering field. So I've been working on myself these past couple of years, and especially the past like month or so. I'm not very good, but I've been trying to learn a little bit of piano. Not much, but I've been finding music to be really fascinating. From like after spending so much time so deep in programming. I'm going to digress really quick though. So looking for work as an engineer is a pain. You need to go through a gauntlet for basically every company you want to work for. You know, you gotta do a phone call with a recruiter. You gotta do like a take-home exercise. 4 hours of work unpaid, whatever that shakes out to be. And then once you're done with that, if that all looks good, then you go through like a 4 hour like interview cycle of some sort. Usually that's like if things are pretty streamlined, things can go off the rails and they can go and take much longer. So that's an exhausting process. So one of the things I was thinking about last night is, can I shortcut some of that? Can I put a video together demonstrating a little bit of everything I'm interested in one nice little package? So I was working at Netflix, and one of the funniest things about people looking for jobs and putting a portfolio piece together is actually really common for people to make a Netflix portfolio piece, whether that's like what the app would look like or what the homepage might be. So I decided to do one of those and combine a few different things together. So I'm recording the screen back here. This is running locally on my development machine here. Just a small Netflix homepage. This is the GitHub repository, so if you want to clone that, you can just download it from that URL. That's all I'm really running right here. So we've got just these animated box art things, and it's a cool performance technique if you look into the source code. I won't bore you with the gory details here. And then you can click any of those, and it shows that I built this with a game engine. I've been working on a game engine for the past couple of years because Netflix was getting into gaming, and I wanted to work on the gaming side of things. But it's kind of hard to break out of the mold when you are already typecast as something that you're not. So this is a demonstration of that as well. But that doesn't really look like much of a game engine. You need to actually have a controller. So I did some basic music theory and some basic color theory. So if you strum the yellow one, this is a C note. You can't really hear it from there. That's not great. Am I recording desktop audio? Yeah. Okay. Good. We'll catch it from there. Yeah. So C, that's a C. That's a C. That's a C. That's a C. There's some simple like chord progressions and stuff. There's 3 full octaves you can play on the controller while also being able to mix colors. So red and blue, that's gonna make a purple, and the dark theme if you strum upwards. Oh yeah, I can show that. Strum up for dark theme, down for light theme. But that doesn't really do very much when it's only running from my computer. It's only on my machine right now. So what you would need to do to make it so you could have that up on the web, and I do have it up. If you go to tylerchilds.com/took home Netflix. I took home Netflix for the past couple of years. They've been working from my living room. You can visit it there, but there's still a disconnect. Like, it's on that computer, and then it's available for you anywhere. But like, what's happening at that more fundamental level? And that's what I want to do here. So my phone is roughly equivalent to a server that you could run that on. Not that you'd want to really be serving a lot of content from a phone, but for training and intensive purposes, this is a perfectly good substitute for demonstrating what's actually happening here. So let me turn on the recording here so you can follow along, and maybe you'd be able to do this on your phone too. All right. I guess I should probably start from the beginning here. So let me just exit out and back out a little bit. So I'm going to open up my terminal emulator. And I need to go into my Debian instance. So I have my shell, and then I have a Linux inside of that. Debian is what Netflix uses at the core of all of their services, is a Debian instance. That's, bespoke with like some Netflix functionality, but at the root, you can have this too. So now we're logged in. Now let's go into that source code folder. And this is just that folder that I showed you before on GitHub that you could download yourself if you're so inclined. Took home Netflix. Let's clear that out. We also want to get the IP address of my phone. I'm on the same network as my computer, so I should be able to get it. Exposing that to like the broader internet, I'd need to do some port forwarding so that you'd be able to actually click and go into there. So we are going to skip that portion of DNS and that type of networking configuration. That's outside of the scope of this demonstration. So we are in the folder. We know that the IP address here is 192.168.1.2.192.168.1.213. So if we pull that up on the computer here, and we know that I know that we're going to be loading on port 4507, but nothing's there yet because we're not actually serving anything. So if you look here, let's clear this out again. Let's list everything in this folder so you can see it's that index.html file, that widget.js file. That's the same that you're looking up here on GitHub. So we've got the exact same thing in both locations. Not loading on that computer yet because we're not running anything here. How do we serve these to actually be able to run them? We're going to need a file server. One of the easiest ways to deploy something globally in 2022 is using the software called Dino. So I've already got Dino installed. Let me pull up a link there so you can see that. Sorry, I'm going to go on an Alaska trip at the end of July. I'm pretty excited about that. I was just watching a video my friend sent. Dino land. So if you wanted to install this on your computer, you'd go to Dino land, you would hit install, and depending on what your computer is, you would follow these instructions here. And that gives you the base install for Dino, but what we want specifically for this is a file server. That'll be equivalent to S3 or any of these, Jamstack. You might have heard Jamstack around. Roughly the same thing as that. So it's all going to be marketing spin at the end of the day on top of an abstraction like that. So let's say Dino file server. Let's Google that, see what we come up with. Or I guess in my case, DuckDuckGoing that. So there's this install command here to be able to get their stock file server. So let's just copy all of this. And then, we got to scroll back and get the other end of that as well. And I guess now's a good time to say you shouldn't technically copy and paste from a web browser to the terminal because there might be hidden characters that are going to get pasted in there. But I trust that website. I'm trusting that I'm pretty secure in what I'm doing here. And I give you permission to do the same. So let's paste. And this should install that file server. Let's see, do we have the file server command? I really hope so. It says I need to add that to the path. So this is not everything that I was hoping this would be. So we're just I'm gonna fudge some things here, and I think I have Python. So we're not actually gonna use Dino for that, even though that is the easiest. I do have Python. So if I'm doing this right, I think it should be python-m http.server, and this is just another way to do Jamstack. So sure, maybe we're not doing Dino like a guy originally intended. Maybe we won't be on 4507 like we thought. Probably going to be on 8000, but this should still be it. Let's give this a shot. No module named HTTP. My phone sucks. This is a terrible demonstration of what I was trying to show you. I understand what everybody's talking about when they say that they don't like Linux, but I think they're right. It is a pain, and that's why you pay some people a lot of money to do this stuff for you. Well, This was supposed to be a super, super, super smooth one. Let's see if we can wedge ourselves out of this. Let's go back up to what Dino was actually saying here, and it said we just needed to add root Dino bin to path. So it says that we need to add this to our path. Let's just copy and paste that and see if we can just get a block for now. Clear that out. Make sure we're all doing the same things here. Fingers crossed. File server is what we're looking for. File underscore server here. Oh, maybe I could have done that before and it would have been fine. We're making a big deal out of nothing here. All right, let's check it out. All right, so if everything went according to plan, this website that I was showing you on my local computer that I showed you that's working on the public internet should now be able to jump from my phone to my computer so that I can play music on it again. Let's give it a shot. No, load. All right, let's debug this. Let's find out what happened here. Let's pop this open. Put this over on the sidebar. Let's go deep. All right, we got one error. What do we got here? E.gamepad is undefined. I don't like that sound of that. No. What is this E? Where is this E coming from? Throw a bugger in there, reload this. It says there's an E. A step through, just, no, you're not okay. It says there's an E, it says there's not an E. E.gamepad? Why are those different? You know what I mean? To be continued.